Today I'm going to deck the halls with some low-carb treats. I've got 3 easy keto Christmas desserts that you can whip up in about 15 minutes each. These are perfect when you're short on time, but you still want to feel like a good wife and mom and bake during the holidays, or maybe you forgot that you signed up for the cookie exchange and you have to be there in 20 minutes. You can just make these. Let's kick things off with some chocolate snowballs. These are a fudgy chocolate keto cookie rolled in powdered sugar-free sweetener, so they look like a piece of chocolate covered in snow. Although if you live anywhere where it snows and you have dogs, you understand that chocolate snowballs can mean something very different. I'm going to start by adding 1 cup of almond flour to a bowl, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of oat fiber because I like how it adds a better texture and flavor to my keto cookies. And it's 100% fiber, so there's 0 net carbs. But if you don't have oat fiber on hand, just omit it. Then to make it chocolatey, add in 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. Then to enhance the chocolate flavor, I'm going to add a scoop of Cacao Bliss by Earth Echo, who is my sponsor for this video. If you've been around a while, you know that sometimes I like to add this stuff to my chocolate baked goods. It's a raw cacao powder blend with superfoods like cinnamon, turmeric, MCT, lucuma. Not only am I getting delicious chocolate flavor from Cacao Bliss, but those superfoods help with inflammation, they help boost the immune system, help with brain focus, and help with energy. If you want to try Cacao Bliss, go to earthecho.com/KetoFocus and use my code KetoFocus at checkout to get 25% off of your order. I'll have this link down below for you as well. This blend is also amazing in coffee. Stirring in a scoop into my morning latte is an easy way to enjoy a mocha this holiday season. And just to note in this recipe that the Cacao Bliss is an optional ingredient, but it really does add tremendous flavor, so I suggest you pick up a bag. Next, add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda. Stir these dry ingredients to mix them up, and I did realize I forgot one other dry ingredient, the powdered sweetener. So add in 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar-free sweetener. Mine is kind of lumpy, as you can see. I should have sifted it before I put it in here, but it's okay. It's all gonna come together once I add in the wet ingredients. And those wet ingredients are 3 tablespoons of milk of choice. I'm gonna use a seed milk. This is hemp seed milk, but use whatever milk you have on hand or that you want. I will say if you're not adding in the oat fiber though, you should only stick with 2 tablespoons of milk of choice. That way you're gonna get a better consistency on your cookie when you go to scoop it, and it's not gonna be too sticky or wet. Then add in 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Mix this all together with an electric mixer. This should be pretty tacky and not at all sticky. If it's too sticky, you can refrigerate it to encourage it to firm up, or just sprinkle in some more almond flour. To help give these cookies a fudgy flavor, I'm gonna add in some small chunks of chocolate. So add some sugar-free chocolate chips to a cutting board and chop these into small chunks. You just need to chop enough to give you a 1/4 cup of chopped chocolate. And if you're looking for a good gift idea, this chopper from Wishsoff is one of my favorite gifts that my husband gave me for Christmas a few years ago. I use it all the time. I use it to mince up garlic, herbs, parsley, nuts, and chocolate. After you mix that into the dough, it's time to make them into balls. You can use a cookie scoop or your hands and then roll them into a ball about 1 inch thick. As you can see, I like to use the combination of my hands and a cookie scoop because I'm not a complete wildling. You should be able to make 12 of these cookies if you make them about 1 inch thick. These will go onto a parchment-lined baking tray, and then you're gonna bake these in the oven at 325 degrees for 11 minutes. After they're done baking, take them out and let the cookies cool for a few minutes, and then we're gonna cover them with snow. You wanna roll them around in some powdered sugar-free sweetener. Just roll them enough just so that they get that nice coating of snow. It's not real snow. These are so delicious. They kind of look like lumps of coal too. If you didn't wanna cover them up with powdered sweetener, you could just call them lumps of coal because they're like coal cookies. I'm sure that would make a fun welcome gift for your kids or Santa. Next up, we're making strawberry Santas. These are so cute and so easy. Start by whipping up some whipped cream. Pour in about 1 cup of heavy cream into a bowl and start mixing that on medium speed until it starts to get a little thick. Then you're gonna sprinkle in about 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar-free sweetener. And pro tip here, just check your measuring cups for any crumbs because I had a panic attack for a few minutes when I thought that I saw a mouse dropping in there, but it turns out it was just one of the crumbs from those snowball cookies I just made. So, crisis averted, but check your measuring cups. Make sure you don't have mice. Ruin your Christmas. Once stiff peaks have formed, grab your favorite Christmas spatula. I'm using this mitten. Functionally, it's like the worst spatula ever, but it's so cute. I mean, how can I not use it? Scoop out all that fluffy cream into a piping bag that's fitted with a star tip, and then we're gonna set that aside. For the strawberries, cut off the stems first, and then cut about 1/3 of the way from the tip. so that this is gonna be your hat, and this is all gonna make sense in just a second. Pipe the whipped cream onto the larger strawberry, just the top smaller part of it, and make sure you do a big dollop of whipped cream so that you have room to put the eyes. And then you're gonna top it with the strawberry hat, that little tip that we cut off, and then add a tad more whipped cream to be the white palm on the top of the hat. Then for the eyes, I'm gonna use these candy eyes only because they look realistic. I mean, they're not keto because they have sugar in them. If you want to be 100% keto, then I would suggest using some chocolate chips, like little mini chocolate chips, the sugar-free kind, that can work as eyes. And that's it. Look at how adorable these are. Although some of mine look like they've had a really rough night, like maybe somebody was spiking the eggnog or they fell down the chimney, fell off the roof of the house. They're kind of hilarious looking, but so adorable. Finally, something that I am so excited to make a low carb version of are these reindeer bites with the little pretzel antlers. So cute. I found a low carb pretzel. These pretzels are from a brand called Beyond Twists. They make low carb pretzels that are just 2 grams of net carbs for 17 pretzels. I mean, that's a lot of pretzels. It's like 2 handfuls of pretzels. They're not gluten-free, but you know what? I can't have everything. Start by melting a couple of tablespoons of sugar-free chocolate chips into a bowl. I melt mine in a microwave at 30-second intervals, just stirring it in between until it's all melted. And then this delicious melted chocolate is going to be the glue that holds all of our reindeer's facial features together. Then you're going to take the pretzels and carefully cut the pretzels in half to make 2 antlers. And I say careful because they're very easy to break. It's hard to get 2 perfect antlers. And that's why it's a good thing that this is a really big bag of pretzels. Nothing says Christmas like paying a surgeon to make tiny pretzel antlers. And these leftover crumbs here, you could just eat them. I actually really like this recipe. Some say I broke these on purpose, and to that I say, you're not wrong. For the reindeer head, I'm using a sugar-free peanut butter cup, and I actually got these from Lily's. My grocery store carries these. I couldn't believe it. But you could even find these on Amazon, and Chalk Zero actually makes them too, although I do recommend the Lily's one just because of the shape, they're a larger face. But these are also just 2 net carbs per candy. Now to make our reindeer face, we're gonna spread a thin layer of that melted chocolate on top of the peanut butter cup, and then we're gonna add on our pretzel antlers. So find 2 that are kind of around the same size. For the eyes, I'm using candy eyes again because they're so cute. Although here, if you wanted to be 100% keto, you could use a white sugar-free chocolate chip. And then for Rudolph's nose, a red M&M, or if you want to avoid keto jail, there are a ton of keto, low-carb, sugar-free options out there for these little M&M dupe candies. Just check out Amazon. There's Atkins, Russell Stover's, Max Sweets, Lecanto, a ton of different brands make these now. Then pop these into the fridge so that the chocolate can set, and look at how cute they are. They're almost too cute to eat. Maybe one bite. I didn't want to eat the eye. I love the saltiness of the pretzel with the peanut butter cup. If you're looking for some more keto holiday recipes, like maybe you're interested in making a famous 0 carb toffee recipe, click right here because I got you covered.